Well, hello there. This is actually going to be my first video that I hope to post to YouTube if it works out okay. I'm doing this just to show everybody just how easy it actually is to work with this Oneway easy core system for taking bowls or cores out of the center of your bowl blanks. What I've done here is I like to put a recess in so that once on the face of the blank, so that once I've actually taken the core out, it's very easy for me now to mount this again on my chuck in an expansion mode, holding it in the recess, and I can very quickly turn another tenon on the backside and remount it again and set up for coring again. This bowl blank that I've got in here is 16-inch diameter. The core out that I'll be doing is going to wind up at approximately 13 inches. The depth of the core out will be approximately 4. I'm using the number 2 knife. The Oneway Easy Core system has a total of 4 knives. They've got a number 1, a number 2, number 3, and a number 4. The number 1 has a radius, radius I guess you call it, from center to the outside rim of 5 inches. This number 2 knife is at 6. The number 3 knife is at about 7 1/4, and the number 4 knife I think is about 8 1/2 inch. So you can go get core outs on either side of this medium. So for this number 2 knife, I'm actually going to get about a 13-inch core out of it. I could go a little larger than that, and I can also go less than what the radius is. So being a 6-inch, I could probably take a core using this knife, but I'll get more depth then, and the core will be could be as small as 11 inches or 11 1/2 thereabouts. So it is still pretty versatile. Anyway, let's get busy showing you just how easy it works here. The lathe I'm using is a Vicmark VL300 long bed. I've actually got my camera set up on the lathe bed on a tripod. It goes to show you just how stable this lathe actually is, because I don't anticipate much vibration on the camera. I've got it on the lowest belt setting or pulley setting on the lathe, and my speed is set at about halfway on the speed pot, so I'll be turning this at approximately 500 RPM. Now, one other little thing I'd like to mention, to make it absolutely idiot proof so you never go through the bottom of your bowls, I make up these little plywood plates that drop in here on the lathe bed so that I can very quickly put the clamping block for the supports for the knives in its correct position without ever having to worry about going through the bottom of the bowl. I'll also say that this is very wet maple, and that tends to be a little bit stringy, and it tends to grab very easily on the knife. So that's why you saw that little bit of a hiccup there where it actually stopped the lathe. And I'm not using any force at all in feeding the knife into the cut. And what I'm doing now is I'm putting the lower support finger into the kerf of the cut, and this is to give additional support to your knife. So here we go again. to make sure that you constantly move in the lower support finger. If you don't do that and you wind up extending your knife too far over the support finger, you can wind up with a pretty good catch and possibly even bending your knife. So it does take a little effort or a little time to move the lower support every time, but it makes it so simple and basically idiot proof. Moving the lower support finger again. You want to make sure that it doesn't bottom out in the cut, so you've got to back it off just a little bit. Make sure it doesn't bind. Move the support finger for the last time here. And do a quick check to see if I've gone far enough. There we go. That's it. Just as simple as that.